The Last Investigation. An abandoned asylum on the outskirts of town rumored to be haunted by the souls of its former patients. Characters. 1. Mark, the charismatic leader of the group, always up for a good show. 2. Tina, the tech-savvy skeptic, often in charge of the equipment. 3. Jared, the comic relief, whose humor lightens tense moments. 4. Lily, the empath sensitive to the energies around her but often dismissed by the others. The group of paranormal investigators known as Ghost Seekers have built their reputation on elaborate hoaxes and well-scripted scares. Their videos racked up millions of views, but behind the scenes the footage was always staged. One stormy night they decided to investigate the abandoned Whitmore Asylum, a place steeped in chilling legends of madness and despair. As they set up their cameras and lights, the atmosphere felt different, heavier, charged. As night fell, they heard faint whispers echoing through the halls. Just the wind. Mark laughed, brushing it off, but Lily felt a chill run down her spine. It feels wrong here. Ignoring her, they pressed on. As they wandered deeper into the asylum, they set up a session in the notorious room 217, where a patient was said to have vanished without trace. The lights flickered, and the air grew cold. They began their usual routine, but this time the equipment started malfunctioning. See, it's just a technical glitch, Tina said, rolling her eyes as her camera cut out for the 3rd time. But Mark was excited. This is going to be epic. Let's do a spirit box session. As they activated the spirit box, static crackled through the air. The whispers grew louder, forming distorted words. Suddenly, a guttural voice interrupted, sending chills through the group. Get Out, the voice rasped, low and menacing. They all exchanged nervous glances. Jared scoffed, "Nice try, guys. Who's messing with us?" But as the spirit box continued to spew chilling messages, the lights flickered violently, plunging them into darkness. Then, the temperature dropped drastically, and they could see their breath in the air. Let's not panic, Mark tried to reassure them, but panic was creeping into his voice. Just then, the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. Lily felt something surge within her, a dark energy that made her feel faint. "We shouldn't have come here," she whispered, her voice trembling. The group began to argue, and as they did, shadows danced along the walls, taking on sinister shapes. "What are you afraid of?" "We can't let this place win," Mark shouted, trying to rally them. But deep down, he felt the weight of something far beyond their fake scares. Suddenly, a shadowy figure emerged from the corner of the room, its eyes glowing like embers. It whispered their fears back at them, each one dripping with malice. "You're not real investigators, you're just frauds." The words pierced through Mark, causing him to falter. He realized the entity was feeding off their insecurities. The truth of their deception now lay bare. The shadows wrapped around Jared, pulling him toward the darkness. Help, Jared screamed, but the group was frozen in horror. Just when they thought it was over, Lily stepped forward, confronting the entity. "I know what you are. You thrive on our fear and doubt," she yelled, drawing on her empathic abilities. The figure recoiled, momentarily weakened by her defiance. "Foolish girl," it hissed before charging at her. The lights flickered back to life, illuminating the chaos around them. They realized they had to work together to confront the darkness they had unknowingly unleashed. In a frantic rush, they grabbed their equipment, focusing their energies on pushing the entity back. "We have to expose it," Tina cried, pointing her camera directly at the shadow. With a final surge of courage, Lily shouted, "We're not afraid of you." The entity shrieked, its form dissipating like smoke in the wind. The door swung open and light flooded the room. But as they fled the asylum, they realized the darkness hadn't been vanquished, it had merely retreated. Outside, the storm raged on, but the group felt a heavy silence settle around them. They exchanged looks of disbelief, the reality of their near escape sinking in. As they drove away, the camera footage played back, revealing the raw terror etched on their faces, no acting required. They had caught the real deal, but it had come at a cost. They would never fake another investigation again, but they knew the shadows were still out there watching, waiting for the next group of frauds to wander too close to the darkness. A chilling whisper echoed from the footage: "You can run, but you can't hide."